ArcGIS account, and you can see that among the many things you can create with it is a story map. And so we are just focusing on story maps, but this is like a gigantic ecosystem of content. So I am only focusing on like a tiny little sliver of the stuff you can do with this. I very much encourage you all to check out the ESRI website and GIS website and like GIS free online courses to learn more. So is everybody at this stage? Has everybody, or most people, I know Jesse's still working on it, started an account, created it, set their password, done that whole free trial jazz, and is looking at a page called content where there's a button where you can create story maps?
Not quite. I had to try a different email address and it's just loading slowly.
So Sam, I'm trying to sign into after I registered, and what is the username? Is that's not my email, unfortunately, obviously.
If it's not asking you, I believe in many cases you can set it right there, so you can just type in what you would like to be your username.
Yeah, I didn't. Hang on.
Oh, I think for me, mine was created as this. So first name, last name, and then that. So it could be the same for you.
Yes, I that's what I'm trying right now.
Great, thank you. And I am doing this all in live class time because I figured if I sent an email saying, go to this link and follow these instructions, it would probably be really confusing. And when setting up like new online stuff like that, it's generally good to do it with a little bit of a community that can sort of bounce ideas off each other. So could people give like I just want to have a sense of how things, can people give like a thumbs up if they have like an ArcGIS account with a content tab and their name in the upper right hand corner and stuff? Great. Okay, Kate, Sarah, Jesse, you're still working on it? Great, okay. Kate, Sarah, or Jesse, is there anything I can help you with? Silky, saw that, thank you. Feel free to share your screens, any of you who are still having some issues. I'd love to be able to help or be of assistance wherever I can. Okay, Sarah, thank you. Okay, excellent. So this appears to be the—
Am I in the right place? This is where I'm at.
I'm not sure where you are actually.
Not me.
That's what I have to actually.
Okay, so great. You are in fact on your, you do in fact have an account. That's excellent. So if you click the little side tab, which has ArcGIS, yes, that. Great, there should be like a menu emerging. Great. Just go to content and you're good. Excellent. Yeah, that's just a different looking homepage for your account. So we all reach the content tab. There's a little button, create app, where you can click on it, and then there's a story map. Kate, you good? Great. Jesse, you managed to go through the cycle once more? Great. I think we are all good to go then. So what I am going to do—
Hang on a second, I'm not yet. Can I share my screen quickly?
Yes, please.
So
okay, great. So this is exactly where you should be. So if you click create app,
where's that?
sort of in the upper left-hand quadrant, right next to the new item button and below the blue bar.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then there's a button that says story maps. So once you click that, you don't need to do anything for the moment, because what I'm going to do is share my screen and show what happens when I click that and show you all the stuff you can do at that point. So feel free to either just sort of focus on the video and not do any more online stuff, or play around with it in your own time as I show you the stuff you can do. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to go to my ArcGIS account and go to my own content tab and create button. and discuss the manner of things that we can do with this. Just setting up on my end. Great. Okay, so my content, create app, story maps. So this opens the story map builder widget, which is how you make ArcGIS story maps. And what I'm thinking is, for about the next hour and a half, I'm going to walk through all the cool stuff that we can do with this, because there's a lot of cool stuff that we can do with this. So people feel good about that, like sort of, you don't have to follow along, you can just sort of watch how I do it, and it should give you a sense of what you can do with yours. Great. So it starts with sort of a blank cover area with like a title and your name, and then there's this little plus sign. And the cool thing about this plus sign is that it is sort of a window by which you can add almost anything you can have online into this story map. There's a whole, you can add text, buttons that lead to other websites, maps, images, galleries of images, video, audio, embed other websites, swipe between different maps or images, add a built-in timeline, add an entire slideshow, sort of similar to a PowerPoint, but in this software format. Put together a whole bunch of data in a really interesting and interactive way. So what I'm going to do is just grab some standard stuff from my computer and add it in. So let's start with text. So you can put in whatever text you want. This is the test story map for the story map workshop. On July 29th. And then above it or below it, you can add whatever else you want. Like I'll go to images, and I have a file on my computer that just consists of cool looking images that I think look interesting and images of the Anthropocene. So here's an image. This sort of ties into what we talked about before. This is an image of a feral red-crowned Amazon parrot in the city of Los Angeles. And I'm really interested, among many other things, in how, never mind, this is a sidetrack. But once you have an image, you can make it on the left, on the right. If it was a high resolution image, you could make it larger, but it's not a big enough image to do that. You can put alternative text for people who can't see, sort of a disability accessibility type thing. You can allow readers to expand the image by clicking it. You can add a caption.
Question?
Yeah. Yes.
The same, when you went to grab that image, I assume this is the case with any kinds of things that you're bringing in. You actually went to a desktop folder that you had created. Yes. A little library of images. Does this program care where you get these images?
No, this program is image agnostic. You can get images, you can just pull any image from anywhere, any JPEG, PNG, any of the many other image files. That just was like when I open image, yep. It just opened. See, you can put in an upload, and I should have been more clear, sorry. You can upload any kind of image file, JPG, PNG, a GIF, a moving image, or an SVG. Or you can even just add a link to an image that only exists online, that maybe it's copyrighted so you can't download it or something. Yep. So basically, the only part that's actually the software is this window here, and this is just the standard button to like upload stuff from my computer. But this is the same for images, videos, or audio. This is basically sort of a slot in which you can plug any file or any link to any file from anywhere. So if you have like an image library online or a big folder of images or really anything at all, you can put it into the story map through here. It's like a big universal adapter. Then once you have an image, you put it there. And when you have text, text is susceptible to most of the same editing tools as a Word or Pages document. You can do all manner of things to it. You can make it a heading. You can make it a subheading. You can make it italicized. You can make it a different color. That's not quite a bright enough color. You can make it a bulleted list. You can do all manner of things. You can make it a link. You can basically play around with text in the same way you could in most any text editor. It does only have this one font, but you can do most other things. You can have it stand out as a quote to make it look kind of like this, as like a jump out in the text if you want to highlight something extra important. You can have it be just regular sort of paragraph type text. You can do all manner of things with it. Make it a numbered list. So basically, just to start with, this is a handy way of making lots of illustrated web shareable documents, because you can also share links to this, which I'll be getting into once we've added some more stuff. But you can also add a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, just for example, you can add a button that is, I'll just pick an example, Maine Center for Coastal Fisheries, some noble members of which are in attendance today. And I can edit this so it goes to their website with the little edit pencil, put in their website, say, and it's a button that when people look at it, goes to your website. And when I hit preview, which is this little button up at the top, this shows you what people who look at it will see, because previously you were seeing what you see when you edit it. If you hit preview, people can expand pictures. And they can click on buttons, which take you places. And if I had made this a link, you could click on that too. And I will title the story just in the title field. That's the story map for a demonstration. And I could also add any kind of cover image or video with sort of the same properties as the previous video type thing. This is a picture of a lemur that I took when I was volunteering in Madagascar in summer 2019, an extremely rare partial albino of the greater bamboo lemur species. And I could make that the background image. And generally when it uploads images, it sort of crops them into weird shapes. And there's a little options button where you can either change the weird part that it focuses on, or, oh, this isn't actually where you do that. That's how you do it for regular images. Or you can make it full size like this. And in the image preview part in the title, you can do this. I misspoke there for a second because it's slightly different from how you do images in the main body of the story map. So this could be a video or a YouTube video or an image of anything. Like if you're introducing a story about your organization, the title card could be an image of the founder talking about it or anything at all. Or you can also add videos in the main body of the story map. And so we covered text, button, and image, and we're doing these slightly out of order. And so if you go to video, you can add a link. And I will just add a link to the YouTube glacial stories that we just watched of Mr. Shaughnessy and Chief Poland, telling the story of Chief Poland. So I just added a link to YouTube, and I could also just pull up an MP4 file from my computer, and there it is. So this is part of the nice thing about a story map. It's kind of like a meta presentation. Like whatever content you've already made, pictures taken, YouTube videos, text you've written, it can all be pulled together into here. And we haven't even gotten to the map part yet, which is sort of the whole